Hello, sociology students. This is Mrs. Politsky, and I have your notes for Chapter 5, Section 4, Industrial and Post-Industrial Societies. And when we were together last, we were talking a little bit about these different types of societies. But what I want to focus on is a little bit more what you might see in the industrialized to post-industrialized world. And a few of these items might sound a tad bit familiar. So we're going to talk about some social relationships. Emil Durkheim kind of coined this idea of the concept of mechanical and also organic solidarity to describe the types of social relationships found in pre-industrial and also industrialized societies. We talked a little bit about Durkheim's ideas a couple chapters back. Just a recap, when we talk about these terms, mechanical solidarity is basically when you have people share the same values, also perform some of the same task on a day-to-day basis, and they become united together in a common whole. So there's a kind of a low division of labor, but there's also a collective sense of values, typically of things that you might find maybe in a small town. As things become a little more industrialized, then you start seeing organic solidarity. And this is a term that talks a little bit about the impersonal social relationships that kind of increase when we have job specialization. This is when individuals can no longer provide for all their wants and needs, and they need to rely on others. This idea of interdependency. People become dependent on others for their survival, and societal relationships are based on needs rather than on values. And I would have to say, if you were looking at maybe the world in which we live today, there's a little bit of both. In a small town, there's some mechanical solidarity, but probably by and large, you're probably going to see our nation more organically related to one another as far as our solidarity. There are also two ideal types of societies based on these social relationships. And this is kind of an idea that was coined by a man named Ferdinand Tönnies. This idea of Gemeinschaft, which is kind of a German term, which refers to societies in which most members know one another and have relationships that are close and activities that center on the family and community. This kind of goes along with this whole idea of mechanical solidarity. People share a strong sense of group solidarity. All right. But there's also this idea of Gesellschaft, which is where most social relationships are based on needs rather than on emotions. Relationships are a little more impersonal and often are temporarily. Um, Traditional values are generally weak in these societies, and individuals' goals are probably more important. You see a lot of that today. So, in a way, the Durkheim ideas and the Tonus ideas really do have a lot to say about maybe the worlds in which we live in today. All right, thank you very much.